They've chosen here Blackheath in southeast London, a site linked through history with popular rebellion. It was here in 1381 that thousands of rebels launched the Peasants' Revolt against oppression.
Well, we're here because this year we've seen how disastrous our political and economic system really is.
The climate camp is trying to focus attention on the international conference in Copenhagen in 100 days' time, billed as the world's last chance to strike a global deal on drastic cuts in greenhouse gas emissions.
We need a change of an economy. You can't have an economy with infinite economic growth on a finite planet. It is simply illogical.
Politicians aren't fixing it. They're not making it better, they're making it worse. We keep on seeing these false solutions come out. So, and in the lead up to Copenhagen, we really need to make sure that we're not actually putting faith in a system which is broken.
The whole international governance framework seems to be hopelessly skewed towards allowing us to continue with business as usual while imposing some form of carbon colonialism on countries in the global south.
Across town, an old hand at global climate deals, John Prescott, had a strangely similar message. He was using the latest green propaganda film to make his point. Set in 2055, Age of Stupid depicts a devastated world which has ignored climate warnings.
We could have saved ourselves. Search visible impacts of climate change leading up to 2010.
101 degrees Fahrenheit. It's the hottest day ever recorded.
700 people are now feared dead after the strongest ever recorded day's rainfall in India's history.
Now it's official. The past year has been the driest in Melbourne's history.
John Prescott now speaks for parliamentarians across Europe. Launching their New Earth deal today, he said rich countries must make the deepest cuts first.
Countries are underwater and 1.5 million people are affected.
We poison the world with our policies and development and have enjoyed it with our style of life. Developing countries have got billions living less than $2 a day. We have to give them a fair shake to develop, and rich countries have a moral case to recognise that, as well as a good economic one, because if there's no agreement at Copenhagen, we all suffer, develop or developing.
His message is tough news for greedy consumers such as Americans and Europeans. Prescott backs those who say we should cut greenhouse gas emissions globally by around 80% by 2050, with the developed world cutting most and first, and developing countries growing and emitting at first, but coming into line later, until we all emit the same.
People feel Ireland's remaining farmland.
But with just 100 days to go until the Copenhagen conference, negotiations already appear to be in trouble. Politicians in the developed world have yet to convince voters to make such cuts, let alone persuade developing countries that they can be trusted to deliver in time.
Across the entire continent,